out there? Is anybody alive tonight? Boy, it's dark out. Let's get some light on the situation here. Just want to pop in and see if anybody's out there and see what you're up to tonight. If anything, maybe I'm the only one here. That's a possibility too. It could happen. Happens at home, might as well happen here. So just sitting here, seeing if, waiting for my trailer. I can see it over there, so I'll be going here just shortly. Just wanted to pop in for a few minutes, see if anybody is out there, is live. Stan is here, that's good. Oh boy, the print is really small on this phone, so that's awesome. It's good to see somebody late at night. It's 11:50 p.m., traffic and weather on the zeros. A million miler, it's 14 degrees here in Cincinnati. I'm just sitting around waiting for a trailer. See what's happening here. Roy's here. I'm on my 10. Yeah, I'm on a little break here too, apparently. I know, after dark. You thought I wouldn't have anything on, but hey, that's for later. All right. TJ Jones of the Bowl of Woods. I'm up late. Yeah, I work at night, so I rule the night, as they say. So that's pretty good here. Sitting around, seeing if anybody is up. On the 35 in West Virginia, and that disappeared pretty fast there. So, yeah, come on, Billy Bigger. Yeah, Billy Big Rigger for sure. Sitting here, truck is off, bunk heater running. Pretty nice in here. Got it set on 80 degrees, so very nice. Minnesota, Illinois, 13 degrees. Nice, snowing. It's no snow here, clear. It's super clear here. Joe, you wish you were 30 like me? Yeah, you know, it's nice being young and having a lot of energy and everything, so that's pretty good. You know, that way you can do this kind of stuff. That's what I like. Does anybody work at any of these mega carriers? Can you just walk in their place? I got that question. I posted that in the private Facebook page, but I want to ask everybody, can you just walk in one of their terminals, or do they have ID, or what's going on? Snowing in North Carolina. I know, I saw that. I couldn't believe it snowing in North Carolina. Goodness, Roy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Goodness, just popped in for the late night here. 22 below in Black River Falls. Wow, that's cold. Glad I brought the wife's car to work today, so I can be all toasty on the way home. That'll be pretty nice. Yeah, and then maybe get a wash on the way home, of course. But that's what I'm doing here. Just sitting around, thought, you know what, I'll come and I'm going to see if anybody, like Western Express, they have a terminal in Hammond, Indiana. Did you know that? Yeah, on Calumet. Can you just walk in there? Anybody ever been there? Werner has an ID. All right, so do you have to ID to walk in every terminal? How's that work? So I thought, you know what, I'll wire myself up like, you know, I'm going with the cops, and I'll just walk right in and start talking to drivers that way. So maybe they're ahead of me there. Just sitting here. You fell where? Snow in North Carolina isn't uncommon. It's terrible though. I mean, at least it's not as cold as it is here, I assume. Drive a Volvo. I can be allowed here in the chat. It's a 13 speed. Yes, exactly. You're the only one probably with a manual. So the old automatic here, which is super slow to shift, right? You must press the brakes. I'm like, I already did it. All right, I'm just waiting. What are we waiting for? Shift me already. You can walk into Smith Transport, Million Mile. Oh, well, I'm not trying to get at Smith, but that's good. That'd be good, but I'm trying to kind of sneak into, you know, Western Express or one of those kind of places, you know what I'm saying? But okay, I'll think about that. I don't think they have a terminal near me either. Do I remember Cinemax After Dark? Yes, Skinemax, we called that. When my dad got cable first time, we had a box. I don't know how big. I can't really. It's hard to say. You can't see how big that is, right? Maybe a foot long, and it had buttons on it. You pressed each button for a different channel, and if you held two buttons down just right, you could get Skinemax at night. And I had rubber bands on that and a little piece of paper that would hold them down just perfectly, so you could watch it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see something tonight. So that was pretty good. That was all. That would have been early 80s, I think. Cash is King Trucking. Good now. Good. Hey now, Scallywags. Goodness. Thank you very much. I appreciate it late at night here. Good evening, Market Trucking Answers fans. Wilbon, what's happening? Used to be able to walk in the England yard in South Holland until Swift in South Holland. I didn't know they had a yard in South Holland. Oh, really? Is it still there? What do they do when you go in? Like, especially on the weekends. Can you walk into a place on the weekends? Because I have a digital recorder, I'm going to tape myself up and with a mic and do that kind of thing. So, what's your opinion on where'd that go? On Prime, I don't like the training at Prime because you don't get you get team training, meaning the trainer's sleeping while you're driving. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's any good. Cash sells the night all. I know he's up driving day, night. When's this guy? Holy mackerel! No wonder he's got an Avalon. I mean, come on. Good Adco. Goodness, I'm just up. Goodness, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Here late at night. At Smith, I work 6 hours a day, 2 weeks for 1,800 minimum a week. I know you're doing great considering how little you could possibly work. That they pay the guarantee is great. A lot of places have this guarantee and then don't pay it. So at least they pay it. Getting 90 grand for 6 hours a day. That's pretty good. Used to work for England and it's the worst. That's true. That's true. That's why I want to go walk right in their terminal and talk to somebody. Like drivers. Yeah, making 14,000 a week was good. That was some week. 14,000 a week. And then somebody's going to put up there, oh, well, that's gross. That's gross. Yeah, duh. Okay. So he only took home 10. Okay. All right. Did UFC negotiate some extra pay for you? Are you doing the company a favor? No, that's when I'm always here. So this is when I'm here. I just happen to be waiting tonight for my trailer. So I'm not doing anybody a favor. This is my regular time to be working in the night. And it's not doing anything. If you're coming to Cincinnati, it's clear. Roads are dry. It's about 15 degrees out. Going to get cold tonight. So been up since midnight, June 6, 2004. I know. You've worked a whole 50 years here in just the last few years. But, people, that's why you don't see Avalons around. People are unwilling to do that. You can walk into Food Liner in Lafayette. All right. Is there any not decent company I can walk into? Or is that the thing? Decent, all these garbage places, they have to put security out there because they're afraid somebody's going to actually record them doing something. Last Sunday I checked in at my pickup and shipper canceled. It was told to go back home and come back out Tuesday. But you get $1,800, right? So because it's their fault, you still get your pay. And that's what I'm talking about. That's pretty good. That's super great. Just go home and come back a couple days and we'll pay you. Right, Nevada Trucking and Trails. Did anybody ever hear from KLLM on that too? They're advertising paid home time. Paid home time. And I just wondered, how do you get paid home time? And they don't say what it is, how much it pays, anything like that. They don't do any of that naturally. Just, we have paid home time and a big raise. What does that mean? Does that mean anything to anybody? I don't know. They used to be the place that paid you after 4 hours was $12.50 an hour for detention. So I guess they're like, well, we're trying to atone for our sins, basically. A priest probably came over there and said, hey, you guys cut it out. Oh, did you also hear this? This is part of the news. M&Ms are being changed because people are offended. So that's what the country's come down to. We're offended by M&Ms. Yeah, so that's pretty amazing. So I was looking at them and thought, oh, yeah, they're pretty offensive. That green one, she's got it going on. So I thought that was pretty unusual. I didn't know. There's a Schneider terminal in Indy. There's a Celadon terminal in Indianapolis. There's a number of places down there, and I didn't know if you can get into these places. How does that all work? Oh, look at that beautiful smell, Mark. I must be getting paid for all your time. Hey, yeah, that's true. Do get paid. That's the way you do it. USCD should be a member entity and fast track into government. Yeah, I'd like to get on the Supreme Court. That's what I'd like. Mine is 14 in upstate New York. Yikes. Keep the truck running. I would run the truck. What happened to Hill Brothers? I haven't heard from them lately. I think the trucks are still out there, though, right? Are you getting $50 an hour tonight? No, this is my regular night. I'm normally working right now. PTL, can you get in there? Do you know if you can get in? I don't want to get tossed out right away. Yeah, always leave your comments in the dirt pit. Leave your comments down below about all the latest cryptocurrency down in the dirt pit. I saw you had a video on it again today. Yeah, Meatloaf died, and Louis Anderson died, if you didn't hear that too. Yikes. They're really dropping off. That's not good. Walcott at the 201, there's Smith. Yeah, right, but Smith's okay, so I wouldn't mind. I don't need to go all Geraldo on him, The best bonus is a retention bonus. You reward seniority, not walking in the door. Companies always have this wrong. They reward all the new people, and people that are there don't get any kind of retention bonus. You roll into a TMC yard if you can get a free lunch for a drive. Oh yeah, for us to pitch timeshares like timeshares. That's not a bad idea. Go to a place, maybe we could talk over lunch. You might be able to get lunch that way. Ask the cashier at the truck stop if the wieners are locally sourced and are they organic. We want them only organic. Queen Elizabeth is next. Don't say that. She's just getting started. Ironically, she writes people a letter, kind of like not Wilford Brimley, Willard Smith, a weatherman. Willard, something. When you turn 100 in England, you get a letter from the Queen. 100, 105, and then every year after that, she's going to have to write herself a letter. She's 99 years old. So that's disappointing. Meatloaf was 74. I think Louis Anderson was 68 years old. Never old enough, of course, but that's why I was encouraging people. What are you going to do? What do you want to do? Go do it. Those days add up fast. I'm already in my extreme upper 30s. It seems like just yesterday I was in my extreme upper 20s. I prefer my wiener to be GMO. Let's see, a real cool show in Truck, Nevada. Let's see. Oh, they're going Willard Scott. That's his name. That's why. She put out a new tomato sauce, which is ketchup in the UK. Did she really? Is there like a Queen's tomato sauce? Is that something like, I don't know, Elton John? Does he like that kind of stuff? Because she knighted him or whatever. I don't know how that works. I don't know how all that works over there. We were in Business Insider this week, if you saw that. So I've been quoted in Business Insider, and I have an appointment with another reporter on Sunday at 2. They're going to call me for another trucking article. They want to talk about CR England. They're doing an article about England and go, we'd like to talk to you about that. I'm like, well, I would like to talk to you about that. So I'll let you know how that goes on Sunday. Any good companies in California that are hiring? Yeah, California is hard to get into because of all the stupid rules. And I don't know how you're going to afford to live there, to be honest with you. Who's out in California right now? Probably in the sunshine. What's going on out there in California? Though all the large companies do have terminals out there generally. Elton John, as Cash King, his suggestions. I've seen them. Really? You're our Moses? Oh, I appreciate that. Maybe we could part all the England trucks as we walk to freedom. I want to go yell at these places. Let those drivers go. Also, where are the motels that they use? That's the thing. They can't keep me out of a motel. I thought about that too. England, all these places. May Trucking, I think, comes to Gary and all. Where do they stay at? Write to me and let me know where they stay, so I can go into the lobby and see if I can free some of the drivers. Right? We'll take them out. It's like a cult. Get them out of there. Get them in the van. Let's go. Let's get out of here before they start chasing us around. What's your thoughts on the Canada vaccine mandate? Yeah, nothing we can do about Canada. There shouldn't be a mandate. There shouldn't be one in Canada either. But, we had our chance to take them over. 54-40, you're fighting. We lost our chance. Now they're all Tim Horton themselves up there. I mean, nobody should have to take medical advice from their government, certainly, of any place. That's the last place I'd want to take medical advice is from the government. So, of course, vaccine is available for everybody that wants it. Go get it. Talk to your doctor if you want to get it. And if not, don't get it. Not up to the government. Jeez. Legend Transportation in California is a hard pass. What's the story? Why? What's the problem? Oh, it's great. Let's get the information out there. Why are they a pass? Why are we passing on them after dark? It's Trucking Answers After Dark, and it's already tomorrow. So it's Trucking Answers tomorrow after dark as I look at the official Freightliner time at 12:03. Traffic and weather on the 3s. No way to vax all those geese. Lafayette is covered in Canadian geese, just so you know. Smith Transport put 17 plus people in each truck. Oh, South Trucking. Yeah, right. Tim Hortons is garbage. Eat at In-N-Out. There's no In-N-Out burgers, though, in Canada. That's the problem. Those Timbits, boy, they're not bad. When I went to England, they had us in the Hometown Lodge in Northeast Indiana. The Hometown Lodge. That sounds like a really nice place. How many stars does that place have, would you say? I fell illness because of the vaccine. It left me in the hospital for 2 months. Wow. Wow. I certainly would think it's possible. With all the people, there's no way to know how each person would react to it. Of course, not a doctor, so I'm not sure about that. But it's certainly possible, I would think. I mean, some people eat a peanut and go in the hospital. So, Went for the vax, ended up settling for fentanyl. That's easier to get, I think, in some places. The test, depending what city you're in, just getting a test could be a problem. They lost the war, but we let them keep it because it's so cold. I mean, you can imagine how cold it is up there. Sexy vest. Oh, yeah. That's why we sexed it up here at night a little bit here. You have to pay extra. The beard has its own separate policy from Lloyd's of London. Okay, the same place that Chuck Norris gets his beard insurance, that's where I go. Same place. I mean, that's the only place that would insure it. 1 star plus the strip club next door. They will fire you if you go in there. They can't. How do they fire you for going to the strip club? And how would they know? I mean, I could see them saying, you can't go in there with our logo on or something like that. When I drove for Beep, which is BP now, it was Amco. They had a policy in the manual: do not stop at a bar, strip club, or anything with our truck. You couldn't stop there with their truck because they didn't want their truck parked out in front of a strip club, which I understand. But I don't think England can fire you for going in the strip club on your free time. I don't think so. If anybody's been fired for that, since I'm not a lawyer, I would recommend you you contact one and file with the state and say, hey, they fired me for something I did on my free time. The company narc is the bouncer? Really? What's the strip club? I mean, this would be a good scientific experiment. I'd have to go in there to talk to him. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? How else am I going to get in touch with this person unless I go in there? I have to go in there. I mean, so this is something we need to get to the bottom of. We need to get to the bottoms of this right away. And this is something for which I will not stand. Right? And there's just no way. I think we should get on this immediately. We should get on this immediately. That's for sure. Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the world. The world pushes down when he does that. In my opinion, we should get a flat rate depending on experience and record instead of cents. We should certainly get something other than the cents per mile. All that does is encourage people to drive illegally, to drive over hours, because you kind of have to, right? If you're sitting around not getting paid for 8 or 10 hours, picking up stupid Velveeta, like it's happened to me, 12 hours, then you don't get paid. You're like, oh, I guess I got to drive even though I've been up. So yeah, I don't like cents a mile. I just don't like it just because of that kind of stuff. It just holds up your pay. During my free time, I shave my beard. Oh yeah, no thanks. Someone's got to deliver the poles and wax. Well, look, I mean, if there's someone in there that's dealing with England, I think we need to go in there and talk to him. I think I have every right to go do that, right? Chuck Norris shaves with a chainsaw. I probably couldn't film that, but that'd be something to do. I could certainly record it. Oh, I can't because of the music, right? Guarantee is king. That's not bad. A guarantee isn't bad. Because at least each week you'll get at least that amount, at least. I tell the shipper I'm not a driver, I'm an end user. Hey, I'm just here as an end user. I don't know anything about all this other stuff that's going on out there. I'm just the end user here. The Hometown Suites. Where is that anyway? Is that in Maryville? There's a lot of hotels in that area. But I think they're nicer hotels. It seems like it'd be close to Gary. Get your free test because you're paying for it anyway, plus free shipping. Yeah, right. There are people already signing up for that. No thanks. Right. I love messing with the England boys. I drive slow, that speed up. Their trucks are slow. I don't know. Some owner-operators pass me. They're going 68 to 70. Some of them up there. I was in a major carrier 7 years ago. A hotel was full of crackheads, prostitutes, and cops. Stolen cars. Nice. Where was that? What place was that? And I don't get, some of the messages go by, so if you said that, I don't know what to see them, so, yeah, what place is that? I know some of them, people send me pictures of them now. The one, Western, I guess, in Nashville is not really super great, but they have terminals in the area. The one in Calumet Avenue I looked up is right next to Greyhound. Isn't that awesome? Right next to the Greyhound terminal. How convenient. You get out, they don't have to pick you up, you're right there. Hey, we'll pick you up, they go. I'm waiting for Cash is King yard sale. Yeah, we're all waiting for that. Hope all is going well with you and we all navigate. Yeah, absolutely. Doing good here. Shouldn't I be in bed? No, not yet. I got to go back to Lafayette yet. This is a regular day for me. Covenant's in Fontana. All right. They were the ones that were pulling doubles the other day, and I was surprised about that. Legend offers sign-on bonuses and referral, but would do anything to avoid paying it. No detention? Really? No detention time? And none of this other time? Who does that? Who would do that? For being late to delivery, Clear favoritism. Well, I don't know about the race thing. Maybe. They'll call it, yell at you. Yeah, call, hang up on them. It sounds like England cops in a crack motel. Seems like the Biden Inn. You probably can get a free room there pretty soon. Navigating into our third year of the pandemic. Yeah, 15 days is slow to spread. Remember that? I hear Cash is King. I hear Cash is King Cummins Fund is a thing. Oh, it probably is. It's going to have his own crypto coin here pretty soon. And then that'll be down in the dirt pit too. Whoops, navigating into our cops in a crack hotel. Exactly. The Hometown Inn. That sounds really good. Does anybody stay in Indy? And has anybody left out of the Indy bus yard? Because there's Greyhound down there. I thought about going down there to the Greyhound also down in Indianapolis. I wonder how many people go out of there to go somewhere. Just go down there with a sign. Or any drivers need to be freed from England, that kind of thing. Who wants to get free of England? Because they're known to use that. I don't think there's a CRST terminal in the area or any of that other stuff that goes along there. And it's traffic weather in the 10s, 15 degrees here. It's so warm in the truck here. These bunk heaters, if you have one, right, I'm sure you love it as I do. It's just blasting hot air and it stays nice and warm in the truck. I'm sure people enjoy them. Don't work for companies that offer sign-on bonuses. Yeah, because you're never going to get it, or some of them don't. And then what happens the next year? People move around. At home with, who's home with COVID? James, you're home with COVID? That stinks. I hope you get all right. How you doing with that? Do I prefer running at night? Absolutely. Cryogenic at night, much better than running during the day. Oh yeah, everything's closed. There's no traffic. Everybody's, there's nobody at work, especially when I get back tonight. I don't know if I'll get a parking spot. It was pretty full in there. See the sheriff in Minnesota, DUI. Let's see, charged with class 4. He gets to keep his license. Nice. And he's not going to resign. I get fired instantly, just like everybody on here, right? Even a charge of it, you're fired. During orientation, I was set up at a Holiday Inn, and there was a LGBT convention, a family union, and a church group. Boy, that was something. That would have been, that's like a country song, right? Anybody heard of Trucker Hershey is okay? He what happened? He laid up in California? No, I haven't heard from him lately. Sierra England says ice is just for your drinks. Don't worry about the pressure. Yeah. Look, I don't think they can fire you for going next door. I don't think so. It's supposed to be a battle against the pandemic, became a battle against the people. Well, we allow that though, right? We allow it. People, they're not in office just by the heck of it. I get detention and I'm an expediter. Yeah, there's some people sitting right now not getting anything, and that stinks. If you're getting paid per hour but held up, but still mileage pay, would that make it more doable? As long as all your time should be paid at a reasonable rate. If you're getting 60 cents a mile, that'd be $36 an hour basically to drive. Usually companies don't pay that in detention. They want you to sit for less than that, you know. I'd really like to see all people's time at work paid. If you're at work, you should be getting paid. That includes all your time at work. The only reason you sleep in a truck in Nebraska is because of work. You wouldn't do it otherwise. So anything that benefits the company ought to benefit your paycheck, no matter how they do that. You know, and a guarantee is good too. I like that too. So it depends. Depends what you get at the end of the week. But all the time should be paid at a good rate. Little over $1,700 is minimum wage for 7 days. So you need to be doing at least that on a 7-day week. Is Sierra England paying 16 cents? I don't think so. Guarantee pay pays all your time? Yes, as long as it's a reasonable amount. You know, there are places with 1,000, which is good. So at least you get something. For a week, you sit around and it's not like you get nothing, but the guarantee needs to be a reasonable amount if you're going to count on it as a weekly kind of paycheck, certainly. My company pays $30 per hour when you get held up, last 2 hours at a stop. All right. See, that's more like it. There are places paying half that for detention like that, some kind of money. That's what you get at McDonald's. The McDonald's by me is 15 because right across the street is Burger King, like right across the street for 13. I'm like, well, I don't know why everybody doesn't quit Burger King and go to McDonald's. You still get your wings if you are in the community. Yeah, I guess so. Would you still want to keep mileage pay and at an hourly for non-driving time? See, I don't know. That might be what the kids say. What would be ideal? I would want hourly for all time. Because then it puts the pressure on the company. So if they don't have something for me to do, they still got to pay me. You know, and that encourages them to keep me busy, and hourly plus overtime, of course. And then they have to keep you moving, which they should do. Otherwise, why hire you, really? I see drivers come in at a place and then they have to wait 3 weeks for a truck. Why are you hiring people if you don't have trucks for them? That doesn't make any sense. Why put people on the hook like that? Janice, thank you very much. Shows you're rolling. Yeah, after dark, we can do that after dark, right? Because we go PG-13 here. Can we get some patches? Oh, we should make some patches. That's not a bad idea. That's a very good idea. Sierra England has Anheuser-Busch dedicated for 68 cents a mile, supposedly. I've seen them advertising all this stuff. Western advertises 120,000. Sierra England, somebody sent me an ad, an astute viewer, at 80 cents. So I don't know. I've been driven for a company that pays mileage only for a very long time. Everything is paid hourly. Supposedly, that mileage pay still is a thing. Oh, yeah, there's plenty of places to pay mileage. Did you check your tire pressure before you left? Yeah, I looked at the tires. I always check tires before I leave and that kind of stuff, because you never know. I don't pressure them with a gauge. I will say that, even though you should. I don't know if anybody does that. Now, heading to the manhole? Absolutely. Always for Saturday night at the manhole. Parked at Sunset Station in Vegas. Well, that sounds pretty nice. Roger Penske, what's going on there? You got a night? You gonna go to the M&M Museum? I just saw Adele canceled her concert there. I don't know why I saw that in the news, but I guess I'll go easy on her for that, though. So, how's the cat? Oh, Gracie's doing good. I'm sure she's sleeping, waiting for me. She will be at the front door when I come in, because she can hear me walking up to the door. Yep, so 68 cents, 475 days on the road. Yeah, Old Hood, I don't know. I've seen Western Stars for them. My Chinese tires keep losing pressure, I bet. I've had tires that lose pressure, and sometimes they can take the tire off the rim and grind the rim. Grind the bead of the rim and put them back on, and that seems to help seal tires. But, Chinese tires, I don't know what to say. Somebody was asking me about that for their car. What about these road wing tires? I'm like, look them up. They're like Chinese. I'm like, don't cheap out on tires. They're your only contact with the ground. So get decent tires. Wait until you can buy better tires. I'd rather you bought used decent tires than new Chinese tires. That 3-bunk sleeper training truck is insane. Are there other companies doing it? Not that I've seen. I haven't seen anybody else. They ordered that truck special from Freightliner, and I haven't seen anybody else that puts... There are companies that have 3 people in the truck, but they get a motel or whatever at night. Nobody else has 3 bunks. I have Bluetooth valve stem caps that report the tire pressure to a monitor on my dash. No need to thump. Oh, very nice. That's good. Why? Look, here's a question. Although some of the new Freightliners have it just now, why don't trucks all do that? Cars have had that for years. I can look up the tire pressure on my car from here. Okay, on each tire individually. Why hasn't that been a thing on semis all these years? Why do we just now have to get a Bluetooth thing for the truck? I'm always disappointed in trucks and how much they cost and how few things from a car make it to a truck. I go park at Larry Flint's Hustler Club. Oh, nice. Will you get fired for that? The manhole has a flyer saying free rear plugs no matter what brand. Very good. They come in a little container. You just turn it like this and they come out and you just roll them up. Werner has a Bush account. I don't remember what it pays. The recruiter was nice enough to leave a message. Oh, nice. That's nice of them. At least they leave you a message about it. Did you get 800 calls from them? That's what I'm wondering. Sometimes that's why I'm afraid to actually give them real information, because they just never stop. Cash, do we not get a video on that? On the Bluetooth things. Oh, by the way, I normally don't do this kind of stuff. A company is sending me a heated jacket. There'll be a video about that. I am so excited. I didn't know they had this. The jacket's got heating pads in it. They go, you want to look at this? I go, yeah, send me a heated jacket. So that's going to be super exciting. I've never had a jacket that heats itself. Let's see. Steers last longer if you have a Detroit engine. Why is that? Because it's broke down more? Or is it lighter? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think the better trucks, better tires just last longer anyways. Don't cheap out on your tires. The least thing, your car, whatever, don't cheap out on that. Yeah, on this jacket, you could charge your phone from it. Amazing. We don't have the same safety features as the trucks because we're considered professionals, and people Only driving four-wheelers don't get this stuff taught. Well, tire pressure thing, I mean, it's been a law on there for a while, and you can check it from your phone. It seems like it'd be the thing on a truck to do. Just our new Freightliners just now have it in the dash. You know, and you still, I don't know if you can Bluetooth it. I don't think so. Maybe if you own the truck, you could. But cars have had this for many, many years. You can look this stuff up on a car. You know, auto-dimming mirrors. They've had that for years on cars. Why isn't that in a semi? You know? Lots of companies are going to automatics. Yeah, your 13-speed is a dinosaur. The manhole sounds like a backdoor gay club. I don't know what you're saying. That's not right. Heated windshield wipers are a must-have. Yeah, why isn't that a thing? Why have heated park on the Escape? Why isn't that a thing on trucks? Every truck should have it. Keep your fifth wheel greased. It saves tires. You ever have a truck that did auto greasing? I remember years ago I had a Freightliner Classic. Remember those? Not the long hood. It was like a short hood Classic. It just said Classic under the door. They had a big tank that they would fill up with grease. And the truck, there were holes through the fifth wheel. And you could press a button and it would shoot grease through the holes. And it would grease the fifth wheel. Anybody ever have, there was an automatic greaser. It supposedly greased the thing. And whenever you'd go to the terminal, they'd fill the thing back up with grease. Most fascinating thing I've ever seen. Haven't seen one since. That was a long ago. Even heated windshield should be standard. Yeah. That stuff should be on all trucks. It's crazy that knowing how to shift a manual transmission truck is even a thing. Yeah. You don't have to know anymore. Your Whirlwiener auto greases. It greases itself. Your truck is an auto. It looks awesome. That's true, right? Yeah, and there's always that. Oh, you're not a real truck driver? No, that's not true. Everybody that drives is a truck driver. It doesn't matter if your truck is an automatic or not. I mean, why we got to fight with each other? Why we got to be like that? You know, no way. Everybody that drives is a driver. But this automatic grease thing was the most fascinating thing. There were holes through the fifth wheel, like in the little middle part there, and you could press it, and the air of the truck shot grease out of these holes, and it didn't shoot out like a fountain. That would be pretty funny. But, yeah, it would grease the fifth wheel, so you get automatic greasing. You want sleazy motels? Come out to Vegas. Well, don't tell England that. I want a truck that has extending saw blades. At least it would get cars off the road. Millis had auto greasers on their trucks. Heartland took them off and canceled it. So did it grease through the fifth wheel like I'm talking about? Had a girl in class that couldn't push in the clutch pedal. She just missed the curve. Dang, that's a problem. They have easy clutches. Freightliners have it's called an easy clutch, and it's a lot easier to push in. I've only driven a few automatics, and they're pretty slick, but I prefer a manual. Yeah, I would rather a manual, too. I don't like the way the automatic shifts, only because here, they don't let you shift it. The manual mode is disengaged. Kidding about Detroit and steer tires. Oh, my last set of steers lasted 120. That's pretty good. Firestone still had a lot of life. That's really good. If you have a manual, you have less room to mess around with the lot lizards. Well, I don't know. It depends. Some of them are pretty flexible. So I've heard. So I've been told. I thought maybe the Detroit actually weighed less or something. I thought, that might be a thing where it actually works out that way. I don't know. Here, they don't rotate the tires or anything, so they wear out way faster than I think they should. And I've encouraged them to rotate, and they're like, why don't you shut up? So that's how far that gets. Why would they disengage a manual mode? So that you can't manually shift it. They're like, let the truck do it. You can't go to performance or manual. Nothing. It doesn't do anything. It says it's on the computer. They don't want you doing all that. They just want the truck to shift itself. Because they don't think you know what you're doing, I guess. Kevin Rutherford talked about a system that would grease constantly throughout the whole truck. Oh, that'd be nice too, I guess. It seems like that'd be something he would like, right? Anything to save him 14 cents. Working on a suction cup gear shifter for the guys that drive automatics and want to pretend they're shifting. You just suction it to the floor. You know what? That actually might be a thing. You got to make it really long so it's way up here, right? Super high. Caltrans is awful. 14 hours to work and nothing's fixed. Wow. It took you 14 hours to get to work. Kind of missed my 2013. What do you know? The 24-year-old tire tech knows more. Yeah, actually, right. Well, that's just policy. They save money. They go, that's saving money. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's your truck, Greases through the fifth wheel and other greased areas around the chassis. We have to go for greasing every 12,000 miles? Really? Instead of regular service? I would think that would be detrimental. 12,000. I've gone 100,000 miles before the truck's gone in for service. 12,000 miles. They'd never hear of that. 12,000. It would be detrimental for mountain driving. I wouldn't want to have it where I can't shift it myself in the mountains. I'd rather be able to shift it myself in the mountains. Fortunately, I don't have that problem, so it's just only annoying. Yeah, Caltrans sounds like Crapstone Logistics. I heard people are having a lot of problems with that place too. People write in with that, but I don't know that much about the owner-operator side of it, to be honest with you. I barely know anything about the regular company driver side of it, much less anything else. The next crappity company of the week should be the Punjabi-owned companies out in California. Well, we don't know who owns them. I mean, we don't want to be like that about it. Everybody's welcome. My truck gets greased every 45,000. Nice. You grease every 5,000? Huh. I've gone, it's supposed to be 75, but I've gone 100 just because they're busy. And it's another one of those things, like I tell them, and so they're like, we'll call you, and that's it. So it's their truck. If they want to go that long, there's nothing more I could do about it. If they want to go 100,000 on an oil change, they go, well, it saves money. That's why I'm really nervous about people buying company trucks from companies. You don't really know when the thing gets done. I've come back, and it's had 2 oil changes listed on the sticker, even though I drive it, and I know it only had 1 oil change. They list a middle one, and I assume they put that in the computer. Then when they sell it to some unsuspecting owner-operator, they go, look at all these oil changes. It didn't really have them. What did the wife pack for lunch tonight? All I bring with me every day is, ta-da, 1 muscle milk. I bring with me every day. So that's what I bring. That's it. And that's all they'll be here. So that's easy to get. Get a couple packs of those, and I bring 1 with me every day. That's you drink that on the way home. When you hit the bridge, you drink the muscle milk. Same thing every day. Love it. Never had a truck that had an auto greaser. I always applied grease, sometimes smearing it on. Oh yeah, not me. 5,000, you'd be doing it every 7 days. Lubricants have come a long way. Yeah, synthetic is good stuff. That's what they're saying here. They go, well, we changed with synthetic, so we can go as long as we want. You rotate steers every 40, costs $36. And what they would say is, well, see, we're saving $36, is what they would say. Is someone in the bunk? No. Not that I know of. Hello? No. Service due, and the company kept me moving. It reached safety's desk. Yeah, they don't care here, so it's okay with me. Would you like a dedicated schedule or dedicated load? Both. How about that? A load that is on the same schedule. But between those, the schedule, because of sleep. You want to get sleep. So I'd rather have the same schedule. Where is your winter pack? My winter pack? What are you saying? Did you ever consider being an owner-operator? No, not really considering it. I'm just too, I just like, them taking care of everything, really. Companies that don't rotate drive tires that wear poorly and cause poor handling. And eventually vibration. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. The one set of drives on this, 2 of the tires are thinner because that's the one driving the truck, and they will not rotate them. So eventually what happens, if they won't change them when I ask them to change them, is you got to go somewhere, like here, and then I come here and let the air out of one of them. Then they'll bring me a tire. Then you let the air out of the other one, and they bring another tire. That's how you get the tires changed. So then you got new tires. That's to do it. Have I hauled a bulk tanker? I've hauled orange juice. That's it for tanking. I'm going to hit the pickle park. Yeah, getting at the pickle park. Parked up at the pickle park. Haven't heard that saying for a while. Just waiting. I can see my trailer there. As soon as they pull it out, I'm going to get out of here pretty soon or whatever. Dry bulk. No, just orange juice. Time do you... What do you take with you during wintertime? Not much of anything more than in the summer, right? I got a coat, hat, right? Gloves. I have a change of clothes that I keep in the truck and that kind of stuff. But that's it, right? Otherwise, I'm ready to go. I also have a battery with me, too, for the phone. So in case you run out of battery juice or the truck cigarette lighter plug doesn't work. I always keep a battery to keep the phone charged in case the truck cigarette lighter stops working. And that should work good too, right? Let's see if that'll plug in. Do you get paid for this pickup? Yeah, I get paid, absolutely. I'm just waiting. Here's where I am every day. Every day I thought, you know what, I'm going to get on after dark and see what's happening after dark, if anything. And there's more people around than I thought. So that's really impressive. We're just watching spotters go do their job. Cold for them tonight. Hulled orange juice, easy work but low pay. Yeah, I only went like 4 miles with it. And they were 3 tankers, and you would take a loaded one down there, park it, you take the empty one back out, take it back down there, and then bring one back, and then back and forth, just back and forth all the time. Then they had a load, you'd bring that, the other one was empty, bring it back, they'd load that one. Super easy in Chicago. Mark after dark, I know, scary to see me come around the corner. Oh, it's just you. Whew. Trucking answers after dark. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're late. Yeah. Well, you're still up over there too? That's great. Yeah, we're doing an early Monday here. What are the lot lizards charging? I don't know, $5, right? Isn't it $5? Probably inflation, $7.50. You're basically a spotter. And that job you were basically a spotter, yeah. Easy. I didn't have to do anything. They hooked everything up. Was nice. No lunch, get yourself a roller wiener and lunch. I appreciate that. Jay Yanis, thank you very much. Yeah, that's what I bring every day, right? A muscle milk. And, easy to take. So, different flavors. This is chocolate. So, I like the strawberry ones, too. I have chocolate ones. I've been missing the truck lately. Things have been very rough with my autistic son. My house is like living on the set of The Exorcist a lot lately. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, maybe you can get into something temp, maybe a temp where you could go once in a while to get back in there. I don't know. Depends what you have to do at home, of course. Family always more important, I think. Especially look at this last, Betty White. We got Sidney Poitier. We got Meatloaf. We got Louis Anderson. I mean, what are you going to do? What's on this plate for everybody, next? What are we doing? I missed the news about the feds wanting to train 17-year-olds. So currently, you can 18 to 21 will be able to get in and get trained. Muscle milk on the road and Ensure at home. Extreme upper 30s. Oh, but Ensure's made with milk, I think. This muscle milk has no milk in it. So, because I can't drink a lot of milk, I got to take those lactate things. So, this doesn't have any milk. So, that's why I don't have ones that have milk in it. The one that does not have milk is called muscle milk. That's why we have to do that one, ironically. Healthy tip, a can of pinot beans and seasoning salt, and a can of tuna and olive oil. Eat this 4 to 5 times a week. I hope you drive by yourself. I assume that you are a solo driver. My God. You can go by yourself, get your own truck. Shooting grease through the holes free at the Pink Pussycat. Yeah. You don't have to press a button there. Why would an 18 to 21-year-old want to drive? There were like 20 companies signed up for it, although the government didn't release who. And I agree. How are they going to get people to do it? Probably the same way now. They're going to bring pizza to the high school, career day and get people in that way, get them signed up. I think so. I think that's how they'll get people. If they're there, they'll promise, look at this big truck, and look at, you can make $300,000 in your first 6 weeks or whatever, and so that's how they'll do it. And free Wi-Fi, you can, do Minecraft or whatever. I had a good part-time gig that worked well around the crazy family schedule, therapy appointments, but it was a casualty. Look, I'm just saying, look up Transforce and all these other places. Sometimes they just need somebody to fill in, that kind of thing. Possible. All those kids will just quit soon like everybody else that gets started. At least they're going to have training. Other people don't even need to be trained. At least these people will be trained. No Gracie tonight. Yeah, she doesn't come with me. She stays at home. She was very tired, sleeping on the couch, basically on her back with her feet up in the air when I left. So, Gracie for president. She couldn't do any worse. That would be the slogan. Transforce for $35 an hour in Dallas. Yeah, Transforce. Some of the jobs pay really good there. But that would be a temp service. We can say, look, I want to work when I want to work, and that they're like a nationwide one. That'd be something to look into. I did a review video on muscle milk. I didn't notice any beard growth. It works. Get the cookies and cream kind. That really gets you. They have a lot of different flavors, by the way, for people that don't know. You get a little 4-pack of them. They're like $8 or something for a 4-pack. $7.99, I think, at Meijer, which they used to be $6.99. Even though prices haven't gone up, and it's good for us. I read that in the news. Oh, inflation's good for everybody. Oh, okay, great. Saw a company for $80,000 with Hazmat. That's not enough for Hazmat. You can get 80 running just regular stuff. 50 hours a week, average 1950. You read that, 40 to 50 hours, not 60 to 70. Overtime past 40. That's very good. That's road money, yet not working hard. The brain's pushed all the hair in your head. That's what I told everybody all these years, because I haven't had hair for a long time. Smith Transport from Chicago to Dallas, $2,100. I did see that, right? $2,100 a weekly guarantee per driver if you come together. Muscle milk is great for recovery after a hard day at the gym. Yes. After I do my 2-hour workouts at the Y, I like to pick up a nice muscle milk. That's what you thought too. Yeah, 80 with hazmat? I don't think so. If you're going to get a hazmat too, by the way, you better go get it. Better go get it. Oh, right. If you wear it, make it a parrot always, which I got my parrot right here. All right. So parrot waiting in case I get a call at any minute. Because in February, if you don't have your hazmat, you're going to have to go through a bunch of training. So if you want to go get it right now. Like this minute. Sign off and go get it immediately. I'm recruiting teens for driving free vapes. Oh, maybe that's how they'll do it. Free vaping. You can vape and you don't have to start till 11 in the morning. That's how they'll do it for kids. They'll get some people. Look, they will get some people to do it. But they won't get... You can have 3,000 at a time. I'll be surprised if they ever get that. Do you know JB is training drivers now? Need a few too in Lansing, Michigan. Oh, JB Hunt? Didn't JB Hunt always do training? Or am I missing something on that? We need a few too. Yeah, I thought they always trained people. They run into the Amazon warehouse in Lebanon. Rookie question, is hazmat really worth it? Only if it pays a lot extra. In other words, you get, the stink eye from every DOT officer, and you got to make sure everything's right. Needs to pay. Some companies don't pay anything. It needs to pay extra to do it. Otherwise, there's so much stuff not hazmat. You got to mess around with placards and everything. What about this new hazmat requirement? Yeah, if you do not have your hazmat endorsement, starting in February, I don't know the date, it's early in February, the rules change. So if you're going to get your hazmat, if you're going from a B to an A CDL, or also for passenger endorsement, for the first time, you're going to have to go through training at an approved training school with a certain course curriculum before you be allowed to take the test. So if you're thinking about getting it, you may want to go down and go get it right now, because you'll grandfather in. You won't have to do that training anymore. Got off early today. Mark is doing a late night live stream. It is the Twilight Zone. I thought, you know what? Let's go after dark. Let's go Mark after dark. It's Mark at night. Hey, what's going on? Donkey Bite. What's happening? Hiring a team to drive good-looking truck, expected miles per week. 9,000 miles a week. Oh, 9,000 no pay, but we do provide rations. If you get 9,000 miles, I want to see that. Hazmat always paid very well with the exception of hauling fuel. I see fuel haulers getting paid good. Who's advertising? Oh, in Evansville, because I was looking for jobs. Casey's is $80,000 to start and home every day, 10-hour day, delivering fuel to Casey's stores within 100 miles. So for 10-hour day, I didn't think that was too bad of money to get started, and then it goes up from there. It just depends. Over the road, though, they need to pay whatever the pay is. It needs to go up from there to haul hazmat because it's a big disaster. JB Hunt had a clause saying if you take more than 4 days off, then you need to clean your truck completely out. That's pretty common. That's pretty common. And I understand that because they want the truck to run. I get that. I don't mind that so much. What if you're going to be off 2 weeks or whatever? Should they, how long should they keep the truck for you? The question is, do they actually make you do it? And then do they reassign your truck to somebody else? That's the question. Where you come back in and it's the same truck, I'd be mad. I'd be like, no way. I took all my stuff out of here and now that I still got my truck back? What are you guys doing to me here at JB Hunt? They have a bunch of day cabs, though, that run out of Amazon there in Lebanon. Are you in a dock? No. They do not let you go in the dock here because they're afraid that you'll break something or have an accident. So you have to drop your trailers here and they dock it. Although I bobtailed here because I had to drop my trailer on the other side of town. I'm just waiting for my load. When it gets pulled out of the dock, that's when I'm ready. So I don't go in and bother them for it. I sit here where I can look at my load. Because I know that's my door right there. And we're just waiting for it. You can make 80 non-hazmat. Yeah. That's true. I'm just thinking you're home daily at Casey's. Easy work. Gravity does all your work for you. CRST is all team driving. I don't know about that, Robert. They are advertising for regional solos right now, running ads for a 90,000. Muscle milk is just the precursor for Ensure. But I can't drink the Ensure because it's milk. You know, I'll be in the can all day, and nobody wants that. That's the best job to have. I like these spotters have a pretty good job here, I'll tell you that. You just joined the Federation. I appreciate that, believe me. We are going to make a difference. We're going to take the fight to them. They've had the upper hand. We are coming out and taking the fight to them. Mark's parked on the shoulder of the freeway because it's the latest fad to park where you're lazy and took your CDL exam. I did take my single exam with a single axle on a pup. That is true, and it was not an automatic, which they didn't really have yet, but it was a synchronized 5-speed transmission. When I went through trucking school, the CRST guys just said they were all team. Yeah, they used to be, and they pretty much are teams, but they are advertising for solos right now, so they have some solos. I hauled fuel for Harris and delivered to a lot of service stations, and it was bad dealing with the public. Digging up the fills in the winter, going home reeking of fuel. Yeah, but you get to fill your car for free, right? I never really thought of it that way. I guess going home reeking of fuel, that would probably stink. Maybe you take a shower at the terminal. I don't know. It just seemed like not too bad of a deal, you know. I'm with JB. Nor did they slip seat my truck in 3 years. Yeah, that's the thing. These companies say this, but then they really don't do it, right? They don't. They're like, yeah, this is policy. But if you've been there, you know, you can always bend these kind of policies if you're there and you're a good driver, I think. Now, if you're gone for a month, they might take your truck. That would be anywhere, though. I understand them wanting to use a truck when you are not there because they got to make money. We still got to let them make a little money, just not as much as they've been making. K&B might hire you if you live in Alaska. They got a program where they fly people home. Schneider's doing that too. You stay out for 3 or 4 weeks? Yeah, Schneider does that. They are advertising in Alaska and Hawaii. They will fly you in and then fly you back. Yep. Do you think about AD Transport in Canton, Michigan? No. I do not know anything about AD Transport in Canton, Michigan. What are they advertising up there? Anything good? You're a JB Hunt driver. Yeah, what do you think about the place? I mean, I see a lot of day cabs. They run a ton of ads. And they're big on containers, at least in the Indianapolis area. Tons of them all over the place. They're all beat up, which is typical of those on the railroad. I would deliver to shady areas in the middle of the night, and that got hairy at times, dealing with people like drunks. Oh, I'm always worried about that. CRST, you start at solo and starve you to solo, and then you complain and they tell you to team, you get more money. Oh, that's true. Who wants to fly now? Well, I mean, who would come here from Hawaii? Although the jobs here don't pay that much. But would you fly here? Hey, we're going to fly you into Pierre, North Dakota for the winter, you know, out of Hawaii. I'm like, no. Time to get a retirement job, get your P endorsement, and drive for Greyhound. Always thought about Greyhound. Wouldn't be too bad of a job. I told you guys, my friend used to drive there, and if people would get rowdy in the bus, especially at night, he would turn the heat up back there, and everybody went to sleep. So that's how that worked. But when I come home, if I go by Wendy's or one of these stores that are closed, I've seen Cisco and stuff in there delivering, like at 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and I thought, man, how nerve-wracking would that be? Delivering to a Wendy's by yourself. You got the doors of the store open, and it's just you in the dark, in complete darkness. I'm like, that is super sketch. That's what the kids say. I worked for JB and tried to take home time with my sister in a different state. They got all out of sorts. What do they care? If you were, I always wondered that at companies. If you earned your time off, it just shouldn't matter where you are. That's part of the great thing of driving. Hey, I want to be off in Vegas, right? Or I want to be off where my sister is or whatever. That's beautiful. JB said the truck had to go to your home terminal. That's ridiculous. If you're going to keep the truck, see, these kind of dumb rules that somebody in corporate makes at a big place don't make any sense. It's much easier. Yeah, go ahead. You got 3 days coming. I'll see you in 3 days. That's totally how I would do it. You're way better off keeping a driver that way. Oh, go back to your home terminal. It makes no sense. That's a rule that doesn't make any sense. And that's why I don't like it. I'm with JB, $89,000 a year, new equipment, home every day, full benefits, major account in Lansing, Michigan. Yeah, see, 90 grand, home every day at JB. I see a lot of this. Do you have a day cab? Because I see them as sleepers or day cabs. I set off as many alarms when I worked at Cisco. Yeah, So that's a problem too. Actually, I would actually like that. I would like them to. I would like to set up an alarm at the Wendy's in the dark. At least I know some the cops are coming. Maybe before I get knifed to death. Well, somebody steals my Dave Deluxe. Please tell others I'm not going to be there. Why do employers think people should beg for home time? Yeah, I understand. Right. You put your time in. You should get the time that they agree to. I mean, come on, people. I'm just told, okay, just make sure the truck is parked at a safe spot. That's way better. So if you want to take off time somewhere else in the country, you can. That's part of your great part of driving. To have it come back to the terminal doesn't make any sense over the road. As long as you have somewhere safe to park it, not like, I'll just leave it on the side of the street in front of the school, right? Somewhere safe to park it. Most fast food restaurants have lights and the ability to turn on for deliveries. I've seen them there, and it's dark. Maybe in the building it's lit up. What would make you quit your current job? If they gave me a longer run. Where the run got really long, then no way. Sleeper at JB Hunt Meyer account. Oh, well, get that stuff delivered down to my Meyer in Lafayette. Yeah, you're like me then. You get a sleeper but home every day. We need bring me cat food. Gracie demands more cat food at Meyer in Lafayette, Indiana. Although I think that mine is serviced by U.S. Express, I think. Let's see that driver's seat you're using. This is just a regular driver's seat that Freightliners come with, Doing a night produce delivery at the customer that we had the code and a pack of dogs chasing me. Oh, I never got chased by dogs. You should drive for a corn that allowed me to take my wife and kid company. And we went on vacation on the truck. That's a great idea. Get paid to go out there. I see that Walmart is hiring. Walmart constantly runs ads. I don't like their weird policies. My cats demand more as well. Yeah, look, they haven't had a lot of canned food. I'm disappointed, and so's Gracie. She likes Friskies, cans, beef flavor, which I don't understand. It's like cats don't chase cows in the wild, so I don't know why she's big on the beef flavor, but she likes it, and they just haven't had it. Mark at night, I know. It's Mark after dark, which actually rhymes. I should have put that in there first, really. Gracie has a government job. Yes, free medical care for her, so she doesn't have to pay for it. Been out since September 13th. I think it's time to go home. If there's a home, do you live in the truck? I always think that, you should go home, but then people are like, well, I live in the truck, Mark. What are you talking about? 2-3 years of living in the truck as a young person. Good. Look, if you were a teenager, you started at 18, and say you live in that truck till you're 25. Imagine how life-changing that is if you saved all that money. You just spent say $1,000 a month even on a phone and feeding your face and saved everything else. That's life-changing money. You look like Kenny Rogers. Oh, nice. On The Gambler, on the album cover, To the Gambler, which was one of the first albums I bought, by the way. That's one of my first albums when I got my hi-fi stereo system in my room there. Had the turntable on it and everything, and I bought The Gambler. I thought, wow, man, I am living large here. And ABBA, of course, an ABBA album. I don't remember which one that was, but I remember The Gambler. Yes, I'm saving up only bills, my phone. Yeah, so that's great. A phone and feeding your face, even for $1,000 a month, save everything else from 18 to 25. That is life-changing money. You could be a millionaire or close to it. I mean, that could change your life. Walmart only has drivers that walk on water and also that don't question anything. Go call them up and ask them their cell phone policy and then ask them a bunch of questions about it. See how long that gets you. Cat food should be mouse and bird flavored. Dog food should be cat poop flavored. I don't understand. Beef is her favorite flavor of cat food. And are cats in the wild, do they get together and take cows down? I don't think so. The fish ones, which you would think she likes, because that's just a common thing from Tom and Jerry, she doesn't really like that. Everyone says you can't get a hotel room during your young days in the truck. What do you mean by that, your young days? When I did Regal Transport flatbed, I'd go from Chicago to usually Charlotte. On Monday morning, I'd have a Charlotte. So I would leave late Saturday. For that, I was single, right, by myself. And I'd get a motel on Sunday. I'd be there on Sunday afternoon in Charlotte, a couple miles from the delivery. I had to pay for it. They didn't pay for it. But heck, I was single. Who cares? It was like $40 then. Any companies on death watch? I thought Roadrunner, but then they're like back at it. My dog's favorite food is everything he shouldn't eat, especially the cat food. Oh, right. Well, I don't know how you would do that. We just have the cat, and she doesn't like. I'd have other cats if she liked it, but she doesn't really like other cats. I have a friend who's in the National Guard, lives in the truck. They had a VA appointment, asked for the address. They said, I live in my semi. Put her in touch with a homeless shelter. You do need some kind of an address. I would say get an address. Slip seating a sleeper would be terrible. It was bad enough when it was a day cab, right. But I drive the same truck every day. Beef is what's for dinner for Gracie most days if I can get it. I do like to vary it up a little bit. I'm in the same truck every day though, unless it breaks down or whatever. So it's not terrible. When should I hold them? When should I fold them? All right. You have to do both of those. You have to know when, really. That's the thing. You're supposed to know when to do that. You're also going to need to know when to walk away, and you're going to also probably have to know when to run. That's what I think is going to have to happen with that. The Gambler. Does anybody remember an album? When you'd go down to the music store and buy an album? Oh, yeah. Calumet City, Illinois, music store. I can't remember the name of it. Out there on 186th Street. Oh my gosh, that was so long ago. I don't remember. Meaning just a few years ago. I remember when truck companies were recruiting during Katrina. Drive a truck, have a home. Hey, that's a good idea. Living in it for 7 years like that, 18 to 25, if you're not you got nothing else going on. I mean, at 25, instead of coming out of Purdue with $100,000 of school debt and some stupid art history degree, you could have $500,000, $400,000 in the bank. Go get a local job, then buy a house for cash and a car for cash. And cash would be king for you. Really. I mean, that's life-changing. You're 25, you have a paid-for house, a paid-for new car, and a local job that pays really good money. That is how it should be done. Trucking companies won't encourage people to do that. But that's what they should encourage those people at 18 to go do. And that is how they change their lives. Oh, Joan remembers albums? Do you have any albums left? I have some albums. Vinyl's making a comeback? Yeah, nowhere to play it anymore. My Zenith player, is the only place I can play it. And that little thing that goes over the, that stud thing there, where she can play a 45. First 45 I bought. Ready? Sister Sledge. We are family. That's right. Sister Sledge. I remember saving up my money and going to get the Sister Sledge. Using records for scratch. You remember using records and scratching them as a DJ? All right. Right? I was out on the dance floor, of course, Just me. Not little ladies would talk to me, of course, but just me out there being crazy. Sister Sledge. Oh, man, that was for the days. Cranking up this. My mom would yell at me, turn down that radio. We lived in Lansing up there, bedroom upstairs. They're selling turntables at Love's. They get rid of the medieval armor. Oh, dang it. They really have turntables? I got to go in there. Oh, this guy's moving my trailer. He's moving the stand out. So I'm going to head on out of here. So it's been great trucking after dark. Trucking Answers After Dark. I wish I'd have gone Mark After Dark. I think that would have been better. I got to look at the Love's vinyl player. Is it logoed? Oh my God, it should have like an England logo or something on it. That'd be even better if we can get a logoed one. So he's pulling that. So I'm going to head out of here and get my trailer and head home. Everybody be warm and safe and everything out there. And let me know if you know where these motels and any of these companies in Indiana that I could walk into in my area. Not good companies like Smith or whatever, but some lousy place. That's where I want to go into. And I'm going to wire myself up and go in there. So thanks, Joan, for being here, and Cash is King, and everybody that came in. It's hard to see all the comments because they fly by so fast, but I appreciate it. And let's get out of here after dark. We're going to get, oh, do I have a pen? I got my pen. Imagine that. I should leave my pen in here, right? As a driver, you never have a pen with you. So have a great night, everybody. Headed out on the road. We'll see you on 74. We're going to put the pedal to the metal, as they say, on the big road. That's what they say. All right. See you later.